Hi, having a great day. You're watching JG Entertainment, and for this video, I'm gonna be giving you my Cobra Kai Season 5 character ranking. And like I said, Season 5, which means I'm specifically gonna focus on the character arcs that they had during Season 5 with Cobra Kai, on how much I really like the impact that they had on Cobra Kai Season 5. Maybe some things from past seasons might factor into this season, but for the most part, I'm really gonna try to focus only on Season 5, because I think if I factor in all the previous seasons, the character ranking might change a little bit, so I really want to focus specifically on the season. So yeah, let's get started, because there's a lot of characters. In fact, there's 20 characters, so yeah, let's get started. And at number 20, I'm going to have Kyler. And the reason for Kyler being last place is that he's just kind of there. He's the unlikable character. He's a character that the show kind of needs to kind of have everybody rooting against. And even Eli called him out on saying that he really hasn't grown as a character. He just keeps staying as a bully, and even everybody that he's bullied has already beaten him and everything. And I fully agree. He's just kind of there, and he doesn't really grow as a character, so he's basically wasting screen time. Like I said, he's just like an unlikable character that the audience needs to root against, and that's why he's there. But really nothing special to the table, so that's why he's last place. Moving on to 19th place, and that is going to be Anthony Larusso. Anthony Larusso had a small role this season. I didn't think he played a huge role, but I think he was bigger than his previous season, so that's pretty interesting. And now he's kind of had like a little bit of a redemption arc. However, I still feel like he never genuinely feels sorry for bullying Kenny. Like, I feel like he's only saying sorry because, Kenny's now bullying him and everything, but I never felt like he genuinely felt sorry. Even in the preseason, whenever he kind of apologized to him, I never felt like he genuinely felt sorry. And he was even like, I didn't really bully him, I threw like milk and everything, which is he really bullied him. So I don't know what's up with that. So yeah, Anthony Larusso just seems like a really likable character. Until the day that he truly apologizes to Kenny, I will not like him no matter what he does. I think he's like, I feel like he needs to feel genuinely sorry, and I still don't feel that from him. So yeah, we're on to my number 18 place, and that is going to be a very controversial spot, but it's going to be Demitri. And the reason for him being so low on the list is that I felt like he really was so extra this season. Like, I felt like he didn't really add much to the season. Sure, he had added a little bit to other scenes, but he never really had a character arc of his own in the season. He was just kind of there. He was just on the side, very much a side character. He had some nice interactions with Johnny, some nice interactions with Miguel whenever they were texting through his phone. That was pretty nice. And in the final episode, he had some nice interactions with beating up Kyler and everything. But besides that, he was just kind of there. He felt very extra to the season, which is why he's at 18th place. He's still a really likable character, but he really didn't impact me very much while watching the show. So yeah, moving on to my number 17th place, and that is going to be Mike Barnes, a character that I was very excited to see going into the season, especially since he was promoted in the trailer, and we all know he was going to come back. And it was like, okay, what was going to play in this season? And I was very surprised to see that he actually played a good side in the role. Everybody expected Terry Silver to call him up and to come help him, but in fact it was the opposite, which is really interesting. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. However, it did feel very much like just a small cameo rather than an actual supporting role in the series. He was in one episode, and then the last episode he was there for like super little, like at most like 3 scenes. He was not there for that much. I think the actor maybe had like contract issues. He had in the show filming or something. It was definitely the actor missing out, because clearly you can tell that they probably had more of a character arc for him planned, but they had to take him out of the show. They had to write him out of the show, and even in the final episode, they had to write him off the fight scenes by like making him get knocked out, which really kind of felt wasted. Which is why I kind of put him down below, because he felt so wasted in so many scenes. However, I did like the thing that they made him be like kind of like a successful guy. He had a furniture store. He's the most calm out of all the other characters. I really like that. So in general, I really like the dynamic they had with Larusso as well, and Johnny and everything. I thought he was a really cool character. He just felt very wasted because he had such a small role. So yeah, that's why he's my number 17 spot. Moving on to my number 16 spot, and that is going to be Carmen. And Carmen is literally the definition of just a nice side character. I thought she was just nice. I really like her interactions with Johnny. I like the interaction with Miguel and everything. And I really just think that she's just a really nice character. I like her in the penultimate episode, in episode 9, when they go party and everything. And I like the dream that she has and everything. I thought it was pretty funny. So overall, I thought she just enhanced my experience of Cobra Kai Season 5. Just like I said, just a very nice side character, and that's pretty much all I have for her. At number 15, and this is another very controversial pick, personally speaking, but I just don't really like his character that much, and that's going to be Eli/Hawk. And Eli/Hawk is at number 15 because I feel like he comes off as very hypocritical. Like, he's always calling out Robby. He's like, oh, you were such a douchebag, and he doesn't like him at all. But then Hawk was so much more of a douchebag. Like even Robby said it. You broke Dimitri's arm, you trashed the dojo, and he did so much stuff. He beat him up in the mall, all that type of stuff. He did really bad stuff. He threw like literally a kid through a window in Larusso's house. So he did a lot worse than Robby ever did. And the fact that he was so critical of Robby really kind of like ruined my experience. I was like, why are you still being so critical when you did so much worse and you still got forgiven? I don't know what you're talking about. And even whenever he's fighting Keene and everything, he really just comes out as very distasteful. He's very mean. He still really has that kind of like bully essence to him whenever he's talking to anybody else besides like Miyagi-Do, which is really interesting. So yeah, that's why I don't really like Hawk that much. I just think he just came off as very hypocritical. He has some pretty cool scenes. I'm not lie when he's like time to bring out the Hawk or whatever. But besides that, I just don't like how hypocritical he comes off as, which is why he has to be low in this list, personally speaking. At number 14 though, we do have Amanda, and Amanda was somebody that I really enjoy in previous seasons, and this has not changed in this season. I thought it was pretty cool how this season she actually got like a kind of like a storyline to kind of understand Daniel, and because we got a storyline with Amanda, we got the same storyline as an audience, because we were also thinking, why is Daniel being so unhinged? Why is Daniel doing so much stupid decisions? I really felt that. I was like, Daniel, you're being so stupid right now. And because Amanda's storyline happened, I think we understood the character of Daniel a lot more, and it enhanced a lot more of understanding Daniel's characteristics. But at the same time, Amanda had some very nice character development as well with that, and some very enjoyable scenes like the bar fight. That was so stupid but so fun. I really enjoyed that, and the fact that she was really backing up Daniel and everything. It just felt like a really nice side character, and the actor really brings so much life to Amanda, and I just really like Amanda. I think Amanda is like one of those really cool characters. She has the voice of reason in previous seasons, and this has not changed at all in this season. So yeah, I really like Amanda as a character, and honestly, I can't wait to see more of her. Now, my number 13 spot, I'm gonna have Sam, and Sam is a character that I've never really loved. I never really hated. I think she's just kind of there, and that definitely continued with the season because I thought she was a kind of likable character in a lot of scenes. I thought she had a really cool scene whenever she was talking about Mr. Miyagi and how he would never back up a fight, but he would fight when it was necessary, and I was like, that's an amazing speech. Write it down somewhere because it's really, really good. But besides that, I still felt like she sometimes came out very unlikable, especially whenever she broke up with Miguel, and then the episode 8, she was crying because Miguel was kissing somebody else. I can understand why she would be sad, but at the same time, you broke up with him. I don't know. And also the character arc that she had this season, I felt like it was very redundant compared to like the character arc she had in season 3 after she fought Tory and she had all the scars and everything. I felt like it was very much the same character arc, different kind of like execution. Like now she went to like a bathtub and saw these kind of weird, her father, Robby, Miguel, herself on the dark side. You know what I mean? Like I thought that was kind of cool, but like I said, I felt like the character arc was literally just the same as season 3, Sam's character arc, which is why I didn't really enjoy it as much. But the character itself came off as a lot more likable than previous seasons. So I just don't think that she really elevated my experience with season a lot more. I thought she was just kind of a character that had to keep going because she's a main character. And sure, she did her job as a main character. I just didn't feel like she was anything that really stood out to me. That's why she's my number 13. Now, at number 12, and number 12 is going to be another controversial pick, and that is going to be Keene. And Keene is actually above Samantha and a lot of other characters because Keene actually added a lot more layers towards this show, specifically this season. Because, we all saw how bullied he was in season 4. He was like really, really bullied. Like, wow, I felt so bad for him by Anthony Larusso, which is why Anthony Larusso is my last spot. But yeah, Keene was really, really bullied, and now he's like a huge jerk, and he's basically like Eli/Hawk, except less extremist, because Hawk like actually beat up kids and everything. Keene is just kind of messing around with Anthony Larusso, so at least it's not as bad, you know what I mean? But I really like Keene. I think sure, he comes out as very unlikable in the show, but that's the point. I think that the fact that he really serves his purpose as like this kind of student and mentor that Robby failed, and at the same time, Tory Silver is really getting a hang of him and teaching him these new tricks, and he's really becoming also a really strong fighter and everything, and he has aspirations to become greater and better. I think his character is actually a very interesting character that was very nicely explored through the season, especially through Tory Silver and through being a follower and a leader and that type of stuff. I really thought it worked really, really well. That's it when Tory Silver is like, who have you followed your whole life? Your father, your brother, Robby, Kyler, now me. Like, I need to start being the leader, and I really like that scene. I think overall, I think he had a really nice dynamic. The silver bullet move that was actually super cool coming from him, and I really like the dynamic he has with Robby, and I want to see how that keeps going forward into next season, especially since I felt like this was very much the middle arc. We had season 4 where he gets bullied. Now we have his bully zone. I want to see where he take him in season 6. I think season 6 he can really go as a character and go even higher in this list. So yeah, I'm very curious, but that's why Keene is my number 12. Now moving on to my number 11th, and that's going to be the new sensei in town, Kim Da-Eun, which is the girl sensei, and she was really, really scary, which I thought was really cool. Like, she was genuinely really scary. I thought she was an absolute menace, which is why I really liked her. Sure, she came off as very cartoonish because of the way she talked and everything. Whenever Devon was like, "What do you want to fight Sam Larusso?" And she was like, "No, I want you to beat Sam Larusso." I mean, she just came out as very cartoonish, but I think it fits the tone of the show really well, and the actor did a great job playing it. I was like, wow, this actor does a really nice job keeping a straight face while saying those lines. And she really did pose a threat physically. Like, she was beating up Tory, she was beating up Sam, she was beating up Devon, and everything else. Like, she's really strong. So yeah, I thought Kim Da-Eun really added this new layer that the show needed as a girl sensei, which first of all, that's really cool. We finally have a girl sensei, so that's cool. And she really put like this kind of rivalry with Tory and Devon, and kind of like a mentor to Devon as well. So yeah, I thought that was really cool, and I really like the layer that she added to the season. Moving on to my number 10 spot, and that's going to be Kreese. Kreese is a character that was not in this season that much. In fact, he was in jail for most of it. However, I loved the expression that he was in whenever he was in jail. Post episode 5, I think it was episode 6, whenever he's talking to the psychiatrist, and they have like those different people changing, like his love, Johnny, whenever he was young, which was super well done, Tory, all that type of stuff. I thought it was done so well. Terry Silver, I mean, it was just done amazing. I was like, wow, that is an amazing explanation of his psychological view. I thought it was really nicely done. He escapes, and you really do feel like he really did love Johnny, and he really realized that he really screwed up with him and everything. And I just think it's super awesome the way that they explored it. I really like the dynamic he has with Tory and the dynamic he has with Johnny and everything. I think he's just really nice. And like I said, he was very much put in the background of this season, but I think next season he's really going to shine and go up higher in this list even more. So yeah, I'm really curious to see what they do with him next season. Now moving on to my number 9 spot, and that is going to be Devon. And Devon is this character that I did not expect at all to get this much character growth. However, she got a lot of character growth, specifically as Tory's apprentice. Yeah, I think that was really nice. I really like to see students apprenticing other students, as seen by Robby and Keene. And I think Devon is even a better example of it with Tory, because it actually ended up going right, and Tory actually ended up succeeding and mentoring Devon. And I really thought that was really awesome. You really felt the friendship between Tory and Devon, while at the same time feeling like kind of like some beef in between. I think that was really cool. And I really get the character of Devon. You know, she doesn't want to give up. She feels like if she gives up, then what's the whole point? I really like that. I respect it a lot, and you can definitely see what she would join Cobra Kai, but at the same time, what she's still good at heart. So yeah, I thought Devon was just a really nice explored character. And then the finale, whenever her and Tory were beating up Keene Da-Eun, amazing stuff. I really like that really moment that I was like, yeah, let's go. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. Number 8, Stingray. And Stingray is a character that I actually did not expect this much character development at all. He's usually been used for comedy, and then in season 4, they kind of used him as a plot device to get Kreese to jail. And I think that the fact that they turned that plot device into an actual really nice character development was really awesome. Specifically talking about that scene whenever he's talking about his story version of Dungeons and Dragons, and he's talking about how he's scared of Terry Silver and how he literally almost beat him up to death, so why would he ever talk against him if he's really that scared? And all that type of stuff really hit hard. I was like, that's really nice exploration of Stingray. So, and above that, you still have this funny side whenever he puts the shades on and it's like Stingray see better in dark and everything, and where he's like, don't worry, I'm gonna clean up the trash, and he kind of climbs through the thing. Those are some really great character moments. So yeah, Stingray is perfect in this season. I think he really added some really nice comedy. At the same time, he added some really nice kind of like dark, grim side to it, and really got to see another perspective of the story, which I also really like. So yeah, Stingray number 8, really nice stuff. Number 7, and this is going to be a super controversial one, but it's going to be Miguel. And at number 7 is where we start getting into the really high characters. But Miguel is going to take number 7 spot, specifically because I thought his character arc this season was kind of weak, personally. I thought it started off really strong with him finding his father, but I think after he finally found his father and he went back to Johnny, I think his character arc took like a kind of a huge backseat, and he was just kind of there for most of the season. We had like him and Robby kind of reconciliating, and that was pretty much it. I felt like his character arc was not impressing. He had the thing with Sam, but I was not feeling the thing with Sam. I was like, whatever, I'm so done over this. We're take a break, we don't take a break, whatnot and whatnot. So I was like, whatever. So basically his character arcs were not very interesting in the season, which is why I'm gonna put him this low. He still came out as really likable and really nice. I just really didn't like his character arcs this season. I just really liked his first one, but his first one was kind of like only in the first 2 episodes, and then it disappeared. So I was like, okay, whatever. I really wish we would have gotten more of Miguel's dad. I think that could have been super awesome. Maybe him coming back in the finale or something. That would have been super awesome. Alright, moving on to my number 6 spot, and that's going to be Larusso. And Larusso is a character that I usually have higher in this list. However, this season I felt like he was kind of stupid and super paranoid. We did get to see the exploration of why, and I think that that exploration really helped. But I still think that it was kind of annoying watching it the first time. So, and I did really like the scene. First of all, whenever he gets beat up by Terry Silver, I was like, that's awesome. And then I really liked the scene whenever he finally gets to beat up Terry Silver himself. I was like, that's super awesome. He just felt so satisfying. And I think Larusso is just a really nice character. Ralph Macchio plays the character perfectly. And I think he's just really nice in the show. I just don't think he's the best character, or I think other characters have more layers than him. But I still think he's a really nice addition to the show. Moving on to my number 5th spot, and I know many of you, this is your favorite MVP of the season. And that is going to be Chozen. And Chozen was really awesome. He really added a lot of comedy to the show but at the same time he had a lot of heart to the show, which is something I did not expect. But I really liked the heart that he had to the show, specifically in episode 9 whenever he's talking about Kumiko and then he calls her and everything. I was like, wow, that's some really nice stuff. We really got a lot of dimensions with Chozen in just one season. I was like, this is really impressive. And he was truly muscle. He was truly somebody that you should not mess around with. His fight with Terry Silver was really awesome. His fight with all the senseis was also super awesome. I mean, he was just a really awesome character. I love the way he trains their students and everything. And so yeah, I thought he just looked like a really cool guy to hang out with. And also really like the dynamic that he has with Johnny. Really cool dynamic they had with him. I really like that whenever they were trying to like show off who did more damage to Danny and everything. I was like, that's pretty cool. So yeah, Chozen, really nice addition to the show, specifically the season. It really added a lot more layers that I think we needed, that I would really work. Now moving on to my number 4th spot, and that is going to be Terry Silver. And Terry Silver just holds so much screen presence. The actor plays him wonderfully. I think the actor does an amazing job playing the villain, and like I said, he really holds so much screen presence. Every time he's on screen, he takes the spotlight. Every time he's against Daniel, amazing stuff. Whenever he was beating up Daniel, that was amazing. Where it was like, I tried to give you an out, and now you want to wave the white flag once you see the writing in the wall. Too late for that. I mean, I thought that was awesome. Whenever in the finale, whenever he was like, these people broke into my house. I mean, come on, that was just super awesome. The look that he had with the red eyes, the blood, and the messy hair. I mean, it was just super awesome. You definitely felt like the power of Terry Silver, why he would scare students, why he would scare Tory and everything, and you just felt why he would be a great manipulator. He really manipulated this character super well. Tory, Kenny, Daniel Larusso himself, Amanda. I mean, I thought he was an amazing villain. By far the best villain of the show, beating Kreese, definitely. I think he was just an amazing villain. He just has so much more layers. He's so much smarter than everybody else, so I think that's just really awesome. Terry Silver really takes the cake for the best villain. I thought he was just a really nice layered character. I do have a theory for him coming in a different video, and if that theory comes true, I might even like him even more, because I think he just really has a really rich story. But yeah, just completely adding so much level of intensity to this season, which is why he's in my 4th spot. Now we're on to my 3rd spot, and that's going to be Tory. And I absolutely love Tory in season. Just like in the last season, I think they really gave her so much character development. I love the fact that she's kind of a spy in Cobra Kai, and then Kreese just lets her go. Like, it's like, never mind. I love like the fact that she's like, maybe this could open doors for me, the college, all that type of stuff. I thought that really worked. I love like the scene where she breaks the stone wall. I mean, what a character moment. I mean, literally, what an amazing character moment. It was so awesome. It's like, I broke up with him because of this, and then she breaks it. I mean, that was so awesome. The scene where Sam walks into her house and you see the mom and the hospital bed, you see all the trash and everything. I'm like, Tory's a fighter. Like, amazing stuff with Tory. Amazing just exploration of Tory's character and how she really is like a character full of tragedy and just bad news and everything. It's really interesting. I really like to see that dynamic with them. Like I said, I really like the process that she has with Kreese, that they're working together, and I really like that she feels remorse for everything she's done. She has this kind of fight with cheating and everything. I really like that. And her mentor with Devon is just another layer that they really added, and I think it really worked. I think she did a great job mentoring Devon to like kind of like pretend like, oh, I'm a part in Cobra Kai, but at the same time not putting her fully on Cobra Kai. I thought it was really interesting the way that she came off as a leader to Devon and as like a true mentor to Devon. I thought she really stood up to the task. And then Tory and Robby, I just love the relationship together. I'm like, yes, I can't wait to see more of this next season. So yeah, I think Tory just came off as a really interesting, dynamic character with so much layers to her. When this was a character that I never knew where she was going, I never knew what she was going to do next. So yeah, I really liked that a lot. I really had developed her a lot from season 2 to now. Like, day and night difference. It's really cool. Moving on to my number 2nd spot, and that is going to be Johnny. And Johnny is a character that I love. Like, I love his character arc this season so much. I never loved Johnny that much. I always felt like in previous seasons he kind of came off a little bit as too stupid, as a jerk, as like an irresponsible father. Here, that's all fixed. He finally gets this character arc that actually allows him to be more responsible, to take sacrifices for his family. He takes care of Robby, which is really interesting. Miguel, he gets prepared for the baby. He really feels like a completely different character. He feels like he has matured as a character, which is exactly what I wanted. I needed Johnny to mature as a character, and he finally is maturing as a character. He picks up his house. He's really taking this baby seriously. His love for his Carmen is genuine. The episode 9, whenever he's talking to Chozen about life and about how he had to look forward. I mean, that's just some amazing stuff. Whenever Daniel comes to his house and he wants to fight him, and he's like, "What are we doing, man? Why are you wasting time like this?" And he gives him like good advice and everything. I mean, come on, it's just some amazing stuff. Some amazing character development. he's day and night from the first season to now. Day and night on the character. It's like a complete different shift, and I absolutely love the character development that they've been able to give him throughout the season, throughout the developments of having a baby, which I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about that, but because of the way that they handled it, it worked perfectly fine. How he fixed it, how he patched things up with Robby and Miguel. I mean, it just all worked really, really well. Really an amazing human being. I thought he was really awesome. But at the same time, he was also super comedic whenever he was jamming out to Rock. Whenever the guy was like, "Hey, can you please turn it down? I'm in a phone call or something." And he's like, "Shut up. This is my favorite part." And he's like jamming out. Or like that Rocky scene. I mean, come on, that's super awesome. So yeah, I really like Johnny. He still has the same vibe, but at the same time, he's mature as a character, which I really, really like. Now, for my number one and my favorite, this has been my favorite for like the previous seasons, but this character really grew in the season a lot, and that is going to be Robby. And wow, I love him. I love him making amends and reconnecting with people like Sam, Johnny, Daniel, and Miguel. He finally made amends with Miguel, which I think was really nice. The fight scene between him and Miguel was a really cool fight scene. But besides making amends with Miguel, I really like the fact that he made amends with Daniel. I thought that was really awesome. He was like, "You didn't fail me." I mean, that was some really strong stuff. How he was with Johnny, I really like that father and son dynamic. It's really, really nice. I really like that. I like that he's like the most wise character out of the kids. Like, he comprehends like where Cobra Kai's students are coming from. He's like trying to convince, kind of like, don't go too hard on Kenny. Don't go too hard on these characters. We were all there once. We all know how this works. Please don't try to have like some sort of compassion for them. I thought it was really nice. He was really trying to convince Kenny and Tory to leave, the way he was really trying to convince him without using violence or anything, but like actually trying to talk to them, trying to resonate with them. I thought that really, really worked. His mentorship, guilt over feeling failure over Kenny, amazing stuff. His relationship with Tory and how he felt really bad after he found out that Tory was working with Kreese and everything. I mean, I think he just felt like a character that really tried to understand all perspectives, which is what I like. I really like as a character that really understands all perspectives. I think it worked really, really well. Besides like that, he had really amazing moves. I think he has the coolest moves in the show. You know, he has all those kicks and flippity kicks, even though he technically didn't win the fight against Miguel. I love his moves a lot more than the ones that Miguel did. I don't know, I just feel like he has the best moves in the show whenever it comes to choreography wise. And I think the actor does an amazing job also playing him. Tanner Bukatan, I think, something like that. Does an amazing job playing the character of Robby. I think it's really awesome. So yeah, I really love everything that he did in this season. I think he just came off as the character that also, from season 1 to now, day and night differences. Like, it's just incredible how much he grew as a character, and specifically taking into account this season alone, he grew as a character so much, and I absolutely love that. I love character growth and character development, and this season finally gave him an amazing character arc. So yeah, that's why he's my number one spot for the best character in the show. So yeah, that's my character ranking for Cobra Kai season 5. Tell me what you think about it down in the comments. Which characters do you agree with? Which characters don't you disagree with? What's your own character ranking down below? You don't have to put all these characters. You can just give me your top 3 or your top 5 or top 10. I'm very curious. Tell me that down in the comments, or maybe just your top 1. I don't really care, but I do like to know what you think. So tell me that down in the comments. As well as leave a like if you enjoyed this video. It would be very helpful. So please leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. I already did my spoiler review for this. I'm gonna do another video on season 6, and I'm doing another video on a theory I have with Terry Silver. So yeah, subscribe for all that Cobra content that I'm sure you're going to enjoy. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And this is James Entertainment.